Hey, if you're looking for two powerful yet easy ways to increase your testosterone, then stay tuned because today I'm going to talk about two ways you can increase your testosterone by just laying in the sun and knowing what a food injury is. And hey, my name is Brian, aka Uncle B, and for the last 20 years I've been a sexual performance coach with African Fly, the liquid aphrodisiac. And during that time, of course, I keep doing the research and keep looking for ways to help you improve your testosterone, help you improve your sexual health. And today what I'm going to talk about specifically is how just laying out in the sun can improve your testosterone levels by a great deal, and how knowing what food injuries are and how they feel, how they affect you can help you in terms of changing up your strategy so you get more testosterone out of life. And of course, I do want to thank all the guys who are in the comment sections like Ronald Green, David Sands, hope I'm saying that correctly, and Andrew Scott. And of course, if you like what you hear, go ahead and subscribe, hit the like button, hit the notification bell. And what I'm going to do is break this down till it cannot be broken anymore. All right, let's go ahead and talk about those food injuries. And here's a quick way to see a food injury. All you have to do is just go to a buffet, go to a Golden Corral, one of those buffets. Just watch the people walking in and watch them walking out, especially if they're older. If they're walking in, maybe they have an issue or two, but they're just walking in just fine, happy to get their food. When they're walking out, they're limping a little bit more. It's a little bit harder. They're walking a little bit stiffer. What just happened? It's a food injury. A food injury is what happens when you eat something that your body doesn't like, doesn't agree with it, and it causes inflammation. And so when you haven't done any physical activity and all of a sudden something just hurts, like, all of a sudden your elbow is just, ow, where did that come from? Or your knee or your ankle or your hands just feel funny. That's a food injury. And it doesn't take long for it to show up. And sometimes it can show up right after a meal or, just over a period of time. You're just like, oh, I just got this little pinch right here. Ooh, it's a little pinch. Ooh, it's a little pinch. And the next thing you know, you have an issue. Like I had carpal tunnel. It happened like that. It was like, there's a problem. There's a problem. There's a problem. Oh, wow, it's a really bad problem. Because if you keep eating that food, it's going to keep causing that inflammation to happen in that same spot, and it will get worse and worse. And sometimes it can show up later as a sports related injury. Like I used to, whenever I was lifting weights, I would constantly get pains in my shoulders, have to stop with the working out and everything like that. And it was because of inflammation, because of the foods that I was eating. And one way you can tell whether or not your body is not good with certain foods, especially if you're just eating, just regularly, just eating a lot of food, is to go ahead and take a fast. You take a 2-day fast and then you reintroduce food back into your system, and you'll be able to tell. It's like, oh, well, I ate this and then, I had this really bad reaction because your body's cleared out. It's no longer taking care of several different issues. It's now can focus on this issue, and it will let you know there's a problem here. You need to stop eating that food. Now, by far the biggest cause of food injuries is eating animals, because meat actually clouds your blood plasma from 7 to 8 hours. And this can be one of the reasons why, we have guys who have temporary erection issues. Like, it was working fine yesterday. It's not working today. It was working before she came over. Now she came over. We had something to eat. Now it's not working. Food injury. And erections can be caused by food injuries from eating foods like sugar or alcohol or dairy. But let's go ahead and talk about some food injury solutions. So the great thing about being a human is that it's easy to forget stuff. I mean, certain traumas, certain issues, it's like you don't need to have lingering on in your head. The bad thing about being human is that you forget things. So one of the things I advise guys to do is to remember what it feels like to be sick. I do this all the time because, with my knee, with the carpal tunnel that I have, I'm looking at foods that cause those issues. I just remember the pain that it causes. And one way to do that is get yourself a diary, a food diary. I call it a testosterone diary, and just go through and just write down what you ate and then how it made you feel. If it's causing issues, you have to actually look at it again and again, because just like, oh, I'm never going to drink like that ever again. And the next night you're saying, I am never going to drink like that ever again. We forget that it was painful, that there was some issues after the pleasure of eating or drinking or whatever. And so you need that reminder, and that's going to happen if you write it down and you go back to it often just to remind yourself, take a look at it. Another solution is do not eat constantly. I know there's a lot of guys who've heard that thing about you're supposed to eat 6 times a day. That is not logical at all. Your body will increase its metabolism for a short period of time right after you ate, because you just put something into your body. Of course, your metabolism has to catch up, has to do its work, but it's going to go back down. So it's not great for increasing your metabolism so you can lose weight by eating a lot. In fact, it causes problems because you're not allowing your body to reset itself. When your stomach is empty, when your intestines are empty, that's when your body goes into healing mode. You're not ever allowing it to go into healing mode other than when you're just asleep and you can't eat. So eating constantly actually wears your body out. Another solution, of course, is to do intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting is when you're not eating for a 16-hour window. You are eating for an 8-hour window. What I do, I try to eat at 5 o'clock p.m. So by 6 o'clock, I'm done, and I don't eat again until 12 o'clock the next day. And of course, this is a big one. I talk about this often, but we need to move away from eating all of this meat. Eating meat does cause a lot of issues. And it's one, like I said before, it's one of the primary reasons for food injuries. All you have to do is just pay attention to what you just ate. Is there an ache? Is there something? And as you get older, if you've been eating meat for a long time, something's going to show up somewhere. So let's go ahead and talk about the sun, the good old sun, where we get all of our energy from. Sunlight is responsible for 90% of the vitamin D in the human body. It is also great at increasing testosterone, and also it's basically an aphrodisiac. During winter months, there's actually a sharp dip in vitamin D in people, and they also sometimes go into a slight depression, if you will, because the sun is there to help you, but is leaving. You're not getting it during the winter months. Now, this is really important. After 5 days of exposure of sunlight on your chest, your testosterone levels go up like 120%. If you can find a place where you can actually do, I guess, nude sunbathing, where you're getting sunlight on your chest and your genitals, when you get sunlight on your genitals, your testosterone levels go up by 200%. And in women, it also helps increase their vitamin D and helps with the production of estrogen, which is the female hormone responsible for their libido as well. So there's also some other great benefits from being in the sun, which include it balances and optimizes our circadian rhythms. That's your body's sense of the day, a sense of the time. It affects hormone production, it affects mood, it affects energy, and it helps you go to sleep. The sunlight also reduces certain types of cancers. We talk about prostate cancer, colon cancer, and pancreatic cancer. Now, of course, too much sun is going to cause skin cancer. I'm not talking about hanging out in the sun for a long time and just going crazy with it. I'm saying just moderate. You just need to get out there, just get your body warmed up. This is not about getting a tan as much as it is about getting the sun on you. It also helps reduce depression and actually increases happiness. Also, it boosts your cognitive function. I mean, your brain works better, and also it helps with memory. Now, what I was saying about laying out in the sun and getting your chest and getting your some guys, I understand. that's not an easy thing to do. If the sun is not there, you work in the office all day, you're not exposed to sunlight. I understand. However, get out there, go for a walk. As long as you're getting the sun on your face, your body knows how to adapt. Your body knows how to help get yourself better. So use the sun. One quick tip. Do not use suntan lotion. Suntan lotion actually blocks the sun. So you're not getting that vitamin D in. So what you just need to do is, like I said, in moderation. We're not talking about staying out there for a long period of time. You just want to get your body warm, get the sunlight on it. No burning at all, especially down there. Ow. So in conclusion, food injuries are caused when you eat foods that causes inflammation and you do it repeatedly until you have issues. And you can tell when you have a food injury because you have a pain somewhere without doing any activity. The way to handle that, go ahead and write it down. Write down what you eat, how you felt afterwards, and make sure to go back and take a look at that. Sunlight on your chest and genitals will actually increase your testosterone levels between 120 and 200%. And of course, sunlight makes you happier, makes you healthier, makes you feel good, and even think better. So the question of the day, do you have or do you now recognize some food injuries? Let us know in the comments section below. And of course, if you like what you heard, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the notification bell so we can get some more of this information to you. And please share. We have a whole lot of guys who need this type of information. Put it on Facebook, send it on out there. I'd appreciate it. And make sure to check out some more of my videos so you can learn even more. And this is Uncle B saying, get your game up. Peace out.